Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today is the last day of our Sincerely Jen Tribbiani Sew Along. Today we'll be adding the bottom to both the main and the lining, the handles, and be creating the long strap that goes over your shoulder. So before we start sewing, very important that you mark your quarter pieces. So find the center. I've done that off camera already, so it doesn't take forever. Find the center of your lining, main and sides and front. And I like to mark with notches. So I have my center front of the lining, center back of the lining, and center sides of the lining marked. And then I did the same thing for the main. So I have my center, front, back, and sides marked. Then you want to grab your lining piece and do the same thing. I marked my quarter point, so center of this and center of this. And I also did the same thing with the main, but remember the main is not foldable. It's not pliable. It's big and stiff. So it's not, you won't be able to really fold this one. So because of I couldn't fold it, I went ahead and took my pattern piece and mark my quarter points using the pattern piece itself, since I can't really fold this one. So with those markings done, we're gonna go ahead and start adding the bottom, and we'll start with the lining. So we'll work with this part first. You want to place your bottom right sides together, the shorter sides of the bottom panel. So your bottom panel is like an oval. The shorter sides will go on along the side. So you first match the side notches. And then you'll match the center and the back notches. And then you're going to pin all around and stitch with a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. The more pins you add, the easier it will be to stitch. So add as many pins or clips as you're comfortable with. You might consider, so if you're using clips that tend to shift and wiggle, you might consider doing a few stitches on the quarter point and then pinning. This way you make sure that you're not going to be, your quarter points are not going to be moving, and they'll still be matching at the end. Whatever you're comfortable with. You might feel the need to put some slits because you're matching a straight edge to a curved edge. Doing some slits will help with that. Some slits smaller than the seam allowance along the straight edge. Along this straight edge, I'll put a couple of slits just to help me with the curve. Okay, see, once you do those little slits, it's super easy to match it. So let's stitch it down. I like to sew with the bottom towards my table, but whatever you're comfortable with, it doesn't matter. For me, I find that it's easier to maneuver it if the bottom is flat on my table. Not very difficult to sew, at least the lining. It's just, in my case, 2 layers of waterproof canvas. Some of you will have fleece fused to it if you've done the stitching, the fusing according to the pattern. Beautiful. So this is what it looks like, stitched. I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of the seam allowance to reduce the bulk. And we're going to be repeating the exact same steps, but this time with the main right sides together. Don't skip trimming the seam allowance because it's pretty big, the seam allowance for this pattern, so it will definitely create lots of unnecessary bulk in the seam. Okay. So now we're gonna go on the other side and we'll do the exact same thing. So take your bottom panel, match the quarter points first. Here I'm going to go ahead and stitch when I match them because I'm working with a fabric that will give me a lot of pressure and tension. And I don't want to deal with that with the pins, so I'll just stitch them down. Those quarter markings, just to make sure that they stay in place. Okay. Next one is on this side, so again my quarter marking with my quarter marking. And I'm gonna go ahead and stitch it together. Just a couple of inches, not too much. Just enough to make sure that it doesn't shift when I pin the rest of the bag. Okay. Some people use staples. I don't like that. So these are matched, and now the side quarter point. Same thing. I'm gonna do a little stitch here to hold it in place. And one on the other side, and then I'll pin all around because now I know this won't budge. And now you want to do this. How many of you talk to your machines while you sew? I feel like it can hear me, and sometimes it hears things that are not very motherly like. Okay, let's try that again, my darling. Matching that quarter marking. So now that I have this matched, I know it's not going to shift anywhere. So now we can pin all around. I think this extra step, it's worth it, rather than seam ripping it because it's not properly done afterwards. So let's go ahead and push this. Because the Peltex is ½ inch smaller all around, it kind of helps here. And I push it down. Because the Peltex won't be in the seam allowance. Okay. So we'll see from which side we're stitching now. I'm probably keep going to stitch with the bottom down. I think it's easier. Okay. Matching the raw edges. Well, okay, so this is the back pinned, so stiff. So we're going to have to sew all around with a ½ inch seam allowance. So I'm going to try to sew with the bottom on my sewing table. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Make sure you backstitch and then just go slow. Pretty much that's all you have to do. Go slow all around. Keeping that ½ inch seam allowance. And again, I'm stitching main to main. The lining is on the side. If you want to reinforce this stitch, what you can do when you finish, do another circle about less than 1/8 of an inch away from this one. It will take some of the pressure from these stitches. Okay, so first line is done. You can stop here if you want. No way, my bobbin ended right here. Crazy. I want the chicken bobbin. Look at that, it ended like right here. That is crazy. So now, if you want, you can go ahead and do one more round of stitching, very close to the one you just did. This will disperse the pressure of the seam allowance. It will disperse the pressure of the seam allowance. This way it won't, the stitches won't like pull apart or separate. I can't believe how lucky I was with the bobbin. That never happens, like never happens. It usually finishes like right in the middle of top stitching, which is the worst. Okay, so let me think. I think I might do another row just to give it extra support, and then we'll turn it, add the handles. Okay, so it's easy now because it's already stitched. I'm working about less than 1/8 of an inch away from the first stitches. Doesn't have to be perfect, this one. It's just to take the pressure off. And it's optional. Let's turn the bag. Hopefully you left your zipper pockets open. I forgot to mention that. So leave open all your pockets. I mean one, there's only one. So open your zipper pocket, because if you didn't, you'll have to fit. I did. So mine is open. So your zipper pocket, like right from here, like right in here, this one is open. And the main zipper, I think I opened that one earlier. They both need to be open because you're gonna have to turn the bag right now through there. If you forgot to open them, no big deal, because you can just push your hand through and open it. Okay, all the way. So through do the inside pocket, you're gonna have to grab, and I'll try to grab the bottom first because this won't fold since it has a lot of Peltex in it. You want to turn your back from the pocket. This vinyl is so nice and such an amazing quality that I'm not worried about creasing or anything when I turn the back. So pretty! I was poking myself with the zipper pull. Beautiful. Let's push that bottom out. Now that we have that, it's gonna be much easier. It's all the Peltex that's making it difficult. Well, not difficult, but a little more muscle involved in turning the back. There. Perfect. So, push all your corners. Double check that everything is stitched properly before you close the pocket. Oh mama, this is a big bag. And this is medium size, it's not even the large one. Definitely big enough for a weekender bag. Okay, so I'm checking all the seams, make sure everything is stitched, and then I'll close that pocket. Look at this vinyl. No issues whatsoever. See, not a crease, not a single issue from all this poking and prodding and turning, and I love it. I love working with quality products. So this is what it looks like closed. Let's close the inside pocket so we don't forget, because I usually tend to forget. Since everything seems to be nice here, take that inside pocket, and remember we pressed inside those seams, so now it's going to make it very easy for us to top stitch. So 1/2 inch on the inside, like so. And we're going to stitch with about 1/8 inch, maybe a little less, seam allowance, just to close this inside pocket. If you're a hero, if you want to be a hero, you can definitely hand stitch this with a ladder stitch. I am no hero. This is inside of a bag, inside of a pocket. I will take the easy stitching out. No doubt about it. Okay, so pocket is now stitched. I'm going to push that inside, zip it up, and all we have left to do is add the handles and the strap, the shoulder strap, and we are all done. So this is what it looks like on the inside. The pocket is done. We close the zipper and boom. This is what it looks like inside. Let me go ahead and grab my handle so we can prepare for the last step. Let's make the shoulder strap first. So what you should have left right now is 2 handles and 1 longer shoulder strap. So for the longer shoulder strap, just seal in the edge. You can rivet or you can stitch it right now, up to you. Fold 1/2 inch in, just so you don't have a raw edge. Put your slider in and then fold 1 more inch and stitch it down, and I will stitch it from this side so I can see the beautiful fairy floss on the outside. This is not an adjustable strap. If you want to make this an adjustable strap, you would need to cut it at least 56 inches long. This is only 40 something, and put an adjustable slider. This is just a shoulder strap on with just a swivel clip on each end. Okay, so we'll do the same thing on the other side. Take your strap, fold it 1/2 inch, slide your swivel clip and fold it 1 more inch, and then stitch it down. You can also rivet it if you want. Done. Shoulder strap is done. You can just hook that to your sides. And now we just have to add the handles, and that's very easy. Again, you're going to be folding half an inch, like so. If you want to use a double-sided tape to help you hold it in place, you can. And then you're going to go through your rectangle ring and fold 1 inch. And then go ahead and stitch it down. Now making sure that your strap is not twisted, so keep your strap flat like this, bring it over on the other side, fold half an inch, pull it through the rectangle ring 1 inch, like so, and stitch it down. I like to go back and forth a few times just to make sure that it's stitched and it will hold all the weight of the bag. Since it's a weekender bag, it will have stuff inside, so it can become pretty heavy. Okay, so on the other side we'll do exactly the same thing. Let's do the same thing for our last handle. Take your last remaining one, fold half an inch, bring it in, fold 1 inch, and then stitch it down. And the last stitch of the sew along, same thing, making sure that it's not twisted. Fold 1/2 inch, pull it through the handle, fold 1 inch like so, and stitch it down. And this is it, my lovelies. You have completed your Tribbiani bag. Again, I've sewn the medium size for a weekender bag, and it looks absolutely stunning. What a beautiful, rather easy project. And there you have it. Our beautiful bag is finished. We've added the slider on the back for the carry-on. Again, a hack to the pattern. And the shoulder strap. And you are all done. So take a picture of your finished Tribbiani and place it in the day 5 photo of the Sew Along album. That's where I'll be pulling a random winner for all the amazing prizes that we have. We have a pattern of choice from Sincerely Jen. We have a gift card from Backstitch. That's $24, I believe. We have a $25 gift card from Wizardry Stitchery and Crafts that provided all the beautiful hardware that I've used in this bag. We have a stocking pass, or more than one, I think, for the upcoming rounds from Backstitch or retail. So plenty of good stuff to be won. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've liked the videos and you like hanging with me, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you get updated every time I post a new video. I do believe my next video will come next week, and it will be another Sincerely Jen pattern. I think we'll see. So once again, stay tuned for the winner, and thank you so much for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.